G'day guys, it's Jay here. Journey of a Whitefeather, a chat with Jay, with Mamuzo from Ontario, Canada. Canada's my favourite home, other than Fremantle. Fremantle and Canada are very, very similar. Nice people, nice energy. What can I say? But we had a wonderful chat, part one, which was great. We just got to know that Mamuzo was coming from her origin. We didn't get to know where the origin country was. I think we
Nigeria.
It was nice Nigeria. I was right. I had to get that right. I like to get the facts right there. Nigeria all the way to Canada. So that's a huge, huge thing to do. I know I got friends who have done that from South America to here. But the way she's actually gone about with the positive and motivational channel to help people who are migrating over, who are trying to make a difference in their life, to try and better themselves. I want to know, now we're going to move on to what you're doing now and where you want to take yourself, because I know you're going to be a motivational speaker. We can already see that. Well, I can already see it. There's already people out there. It's really weird, but we'll chat offline about what could and where things are going to happen. But with the experiences that you had, where do you see yourself in the next couple of years with regards to motivational speaking, especially with people, men, women, and whatever, migrating and trying to find their life, purpose? Because it's not just about moving and going, I want a better life. You want a better life for yourself. How do you see that with what you do?
Okay, so currently I actually work with some local agencies here. I'm on the board of the African Canadian Association of in the region of Waterloo and area, ACORA, that's what it's called. And my passion really is to ensure that children are able to integrate seamlessly into the Canadian society. They're able to retain their self-identity, right? You may be here, right? You may be here in Canada, but you don't have to lose your essence because you're in Canada. So it's about
that's the essence of everything, though, isn't it? Like if you go to somewhere else, you don't want to lose yourself. It's just, but integrating onto the land. It's like, you know, if I go to Canada, I'm not going to lose it. I'm an Aussie, but I respect the land that we're on.
And even because for me, it's not, and then I take to the point of letting them know that they are here to contribute. So we're not here to milk Canada. We're here to contribute to the success.
Love it.
Yes. And the economic development of the nation here, because you're an asset. Everyone who moves from wherever they're coming from is an asset to the country where they're living. So don't come here and feel like, oh, I'm coming to be, no. You're coming to add value. So
but
once
the thing is, I'm gonna jump in there, and that's a great point. That the way your attitude, the way it is, if we had that attitude in the higher parliament, we'd be all right. But I think I don't think that attitude's very prevalent in a lot of ways. It's people like us and all the people that are coming awake as such are pushing that back onto society. Would you say that?
Can you repeat the question? I didn't quite hear you.
Sorry, it's basically the attitude you've got now. You're an asset to where you're going to go. I don't think people actually realise that they are an asset to wherever they want to go, but also finding their own purpose. They actually lose that. They just go, I'm going to go get a better life, but they just don't have that deep, meaningful understanding of how value they got. They expect to be at this level when they get there, and they lose that sort of value which you didn't lose, and now you develop, and now you've got a process or how you've done it to teach to others, and an attitude as well.
Exactly. Just to corroborate what you just said, Jay. This is how I think it comes in phases. The first phase is, oh, I just got my Canadian visa. I'm going to Canada. It's all excitement and all highfalutin dreams. Like you feel like, you know, there's paradise over there. And then when you eventually travel in, you are faced with reality. The reality of, okay, now, how am I going to go from here? Like, okay, even if you paid your fees, you also want to go to pass your courses. You want to get a good job. You want to pay your utility bills. You want to get a good place to live. And all of these things take time to learn, right? It takes time for you to really come to the point of saying, okay, you know what? I am ready to face my unique challenges here And then onwards, you're able to say, oh, haven't gone through my challenges. What can I do? What I have learned? That is exactly what I'm doing right now. I've gone through the challenge and said to myself, I could be a source of support for other people who may be going through this phase. Right.
Oh,
So
I'll give you another question on that one. And say you've decided to step up to your challenges, which a lot of people do. A lot of people don't want to step into those challenges because they want everything given to you. What kind of advice and what would you do to actually change someone's mindset to get to the mindset where you're now doing what you're doing and being, as we say in Australia, bloody good at it and a bloody inspiration?
Yes. So I'll tell you this. So most of us had our own businesses back home where we're coming from. We had a little something that we're doing, either in our local churches, in a small community center. We had a passion we're also pursuing. Now, because we have come in here with the mindset of, okay, there's paradise here. I want to come and see how I can get my own,
piece of paradise.
Of the taste, exactly. Yeah. We forget that we had other things that were of interest to us, right? And so it's more like now we're grappling with survival. I want to survive. I want to survive. If you keep thinking of yourself as someone who is grappling with so much and all you want to do is survive, you will not thrive. And I'm sure that everybody's aiming to thrive. So for you to come to the point of thriving, you must change your perspective. You are not here to survive. You are here to thrive. It may be difficult, but you can do both. What I mean is, yes, as you wade through the waters trying to find, oh, I need this kind of job. I need to be able to earn maybe in 3 figures. I need to transition into tech and all of those things that we all have to do just to get a balance. Don't forget that as you're doing that, your true essence is what brings you true joy. I could do a tech job because I need the money, but will I be happy working or living my life Sunday to Sunday just doing tech? No. I love to sing. Can I also join the choir? Oh, can I create an orchestra band? Oh, I love to act. What I did was actually join a community group where we do theater. So we use theatrical elements to play back to society policies that are not quote unquote healthy for society. We created these policies, but now we're saying through drama that if we could do things better, this is the outcome we would get. So you find some way as you're juggling through life to also spice up your life. That's what I call it. With what you love.
What about if I put you to the point where you've tamed your ego? Now, I mean that is because a lot of people worry about fame, money, or is this going to be good for me? But what's the reward for it? They don't realize the reward is happiness within you. How do you get someone to change that attitude? Because we're all, we all have to survive. We're all going through what we're going through at this present stage in the world. We know what's going on, but keeping that attitude of, for example, when I go out and I do appearances, when I dress up as Robin from Batman, right? I got my partner who does Batman. So we're Batman and Robin. We go out to toy and comic fairs and take photos with people. Now, as you said, exactly what you said about your choir, it's the love of what we do. It's nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with the ego. The ego is positive where we're actually doing something for us because we love it and we're radiating that positive motivational vibration to others. Does that makes sense? How do you see that?
Okay, so I would like to address how you asked it the first time. You said, so how can you derive how do you deal with money issues, fame, and ego, doing what you love? Everything is a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. And we have a lot of models that we look up to who have shown us that these things don't happen overnight. Even the people who created the phones that we're now using, it was first their passion. Now it's a corporation. Now it's a source of income for generations and nations to feed from. It doesn't happen overnight. But I want to say to you, would you rather not feed your passion because you want money? And my point is, start something.
No, you're exactly right. Keep going. You're exactly right.
Yes, and the truth is, we cannot see too far into the future until we take the first step. And as you take the second step, it becomes a little clearer. I tell you something, the vision of Accelerate Daily is not yet clear to me. And I'm telling you for a fact. But I knew in my heart I wanted to do something that would help people build a little level of confidence. Right? So that's how it is. As you start, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer until you find out, oh my God, I thought I was just doing this because I love to. And now it's not just you loving it, you've become a tree for others to take shelter.
And you've got to control yourself with that one too. You've got to go within your heart instead of using your ego. Because I've got my friend Greg Riley, who's my mentor, and he's making comments about people now taking advantage of the spiritual and motivational stuff that Tony Robbins started. And I know, I see it, and they're still working within the ego, which is fine because of what's happening. But for exactly what you're saying, why can't you just go and listen to a record or do something and control that ego? You're exactly right. And then you, as you said, take the one step, second step, third step. If you don't take that first step, like even doing what I'm doing now, it was me and Cortez 3 years ago, I wouldn't be talking to you. Simple as that.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that in every one of us, there is that desire to do something, to be something. And we sometimes ignore it because the pressures of life can really take a toll on one.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yes. But what I'm learning, and I'm not a pro yet, what I'm learning is to turn my pain to purpose, to find that every challenge has a value inside of it. And I cannot be more emphatic. Every experience that we go through in life, whether good or bad, I wouldn't want to say it's very popular because it's more like cliche when you say that, but there is something to take out of every experience you've been through,
Absolutely.
no matter how terrible it turned out to be. And I would say don't sit on it, right? Of course, take some time to maybe brood over it and then find out, the whys and the hows and ask all of your questions, but don't sit on it for too long to the point that it becomes, you get stuck on it. No, don't get stuck on it. Move on from it. And one way to really move on from it is to help other people who are stuck where you were once stuck.
Exactly. I think exactly right. So you got a choice. I learned only a couple of years ago, we really do have choice. We make choices every day. Do you think, personally going through what you've got, what you're doing now, which is wonderful on TikTok, as I said, check the link down below, and the vibration that comes out of your mouth is fantastic. Do you think we're in a society where we're breaking the habit of self-gratification in quick self-gratification? I got to have it now. If it's not what I want, it's not good enough. If it doesn't feel right or doesn't come to me the way I want it, do you think we're breaking that?
I would say a yes and a no, and I'll tell you why. If you look at it from the social media lens, where everything seems good and great and okay, and people tell you that you can grow your followers in 3 days, and you can earn $5,000 in 1 week.
And what do you think about that when you see it? I want to know what, because I reckon you're going to be the same thing as me. What do you think? Here we go. She's going to say exactly what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Jay, you're picking on me. Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
I think we're in sync here. I get it, because I see what we're doing here. Because it's this vibration. This is why we attract to certain people, because you got to raise your followers, do this, it looks fake. I don't care what anyone says.
Yes. And then, I feel like, yes. Now, I'm not going to say that these things are not possible, but I'm just going to say that we don't want to sell an ideology that creates a generation, that relies on quick fixes, because quick fixes don't really last.
No, they don't. Not at all. We
Right?
know they're going through our spiritual awakenings and actually taking upon something. And I think the other thing is regarding to flow and understanding. I know I was a very impatient person. I know why, because of my shadow, because I never had anything straight away or whatever it may be. I wanted something to stimulate the loss within me that I didn't get. And you want these things straight away, but you have to go through a process. The process is the way it is. And if you can accept, as you said, accept each level or each step that you take and process it and work with it, you're halfway there. You wouldn't have done what you're doing if you hadn't taken that first step.
True, true. And I also want to add that life comes in seasons, just the way we have winter, summer, fall, spring. Life comes in seasons. And it's also for you to understand the season that you're in. For some people, it's a season of prosperity where things just happen quick, happen fast, right? It's that season. There are some seasons where you need to just sit, rest, and pay attention, meditate, and really soak up information, knowledge, revelation, whatever you call it.
Takes a bit.
Like
that does take a bit. I mean, I know for myself, I was rush. When I've been now that, especially the last couple of years, watching Stoic videos about being a Stoic and talking about humility, looking at the connection to the earth, and even just learning from people like yourself. You start to read vibration and what you're doing, you know, and how you can incorporate how your happiness into mine. What are you doing that I'm not? There's a lot of, if you actually step back, there's a lot of learning in that we can do, can't we?
Sure. So yeah, I don't believe in quick fixes. It works sometimes. It's great that it works sometimes, but that's not my thing.
Absolutely. So in the future, now we're looking at, you said you're part of some boards and all that stuff. We'll just go, okay, we're looking at your let's say look at your channel. Now, the reason why I attracted to your channel because of your vibration, your frequency, and your message that you're spilling, right? Now, so there's a lot of people need to hear that. And now knowing you, and this is why I do what I do, knowing what you did to get to that point is the more credible thing. You're not just doing it, you've actually walked the walk. What do you want to do with regards to this? Because I believe that your motivational speaking would be great for you. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Well, actually, I shouldn't say next couple of years. Have you got a plan for your next couple of steps in what you're doing with your I'll call it motivational speaking for lack of a better word.
Okay. So first I will be releasing 2 ebooks next month. Because
you got a book coming out. So you got a book coming out, have you?
Yeah. Yeah,
an
ebook.
Can you mention that? Is it okay to put can you mention that book on air? Is that okay?
It's called Accelerate Daily. It's still called
Accelerate Daily. Is that what it's called?
Accelerate Daily.
Accelerate Daily. Dang.
Yes.
I'm just going to put that in my notes here.
And so, yes. So
where do you find that? Where would we find that?
You find it on my TikTok channel.
Okay. Sweet.
The link
I'll write that down for you. Yep. No worries.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And then we'll have the I am affirmations for children. And that's because one of the things that I suffered most in my life is I am the 4th child of 5 children. And
yep.
I either because of my makeup or also because of my position in the family, I was seen as, the one who was very tender, and I was always told what to do. So that sort of made me, I had a level of inferiority complex when I was growing up, yep. Right? Because I always have to look up to people to validate me, to tell me what to do, to make decisions for me. So I struggled with that a little. And I told myself, when I grow and become an adult, I want my children to suffer the same thing. So now I'm raising my 2 boys to become assertive. And I want to share bits of that information with the world because it's working for me as a mother of 2 boys. I want to share a piece of that value that my children have with the world. So I am affirmations for kids. Also on my channel, I'll put that on my channel as well, just to let children know that,
are you on YouTube too? Are you on YouTube too? Sorry to cut you off.
I'm not on YouTube, but I need to be on YouTube. Soon, hopefully.
Sure.
Yeah,
Spotify as well? Spotify?
Yeah.
Spotify, are you on Spotify at the moment?
No, well, Jay, you see, you're challenging me. I need to be on Spotify. I need to be on YouTube.
I'm challenging you because this interview, ladies and gentlemen, will be on Spotify live. It'll be on Spotify the next week or so. So you get to see what's happening, So that acceleration, what was the book called? The Acceleration.
Accelerates Daily. ACCELERATE, then Daily.
Daily. Done. Excellent. So you got to be on these things. And so basically you're trying to get that message out and what you've learned as a spiritual being, as we'll call it, you're putting that out and you're putting it out to all kinds of people. But do you feel like I know myself, you don't want to, it's not a case of educating the masses. It's getting the message out to the masses, but educating the people who come into your life. Would you agree with that?
I totally agree with that. I'm not I mean I know social media is important, and it's also important to have those large followings and all that. And it's great, really, in fact. But for me, I really just want to make impact, right?
Yep.
And if impacting people means, I don't want to I don't want to speak to it. I don't think that everybody has a word for everybody, right? I feel like I have a
Absolutely.
niche.
We go to people which we attract to. I mean, someone we'd like to get our message out to everyone when we're talking, but you will connect to different people, like really on a different level. We've got 7 billion or 7, 8 or maybe billion people. They will connect to you if they need to come to you, correct?
That's correct. Yes. So for me, that's it. I really want to connect to my niche, right?
Yep.
People who know that they have something but are struggling to discover what they have. Those who are still struggling with self-awareness, those who are still in fact, for me, I'll just put it in one word. People who do not yet understand that there's value in every day that we are gifted. So every day that a day breaks, there is value for you to tap into. There is opportunity for you to tap into. And if you can live your life so intentionally about the value of each day, by the end of the year, you'll be amazed at the person you have become, because you were taking advantage of the value that each day brings.
I think
And that's
even
my goal.
I reckon it's absolutely fantastic, because even the simple thing of getting up in the morning and breathing, people just don't take that from people. Don't,
for granted.
whether
Yeah.
it's being in relationships and stuff, bad relationships and stuff, and losing yourself, for not finding your purpose. And then I think going through what I went through five years ago with the spiritual awakening, and then having the second bout of it, you come down to a point. And my best mate, he said to me a couple of things. You got to get up and be grateful for breathing. Let's be honest. People forget that. This is where I think we've lost connection with the earth and the spirit. And number two, finding your purpose in life and actually living that. And I think what we do is being, I wouldn't say, I'll use the word manipulated, but we'll change the word. But our psyche has been changed a lot in the world. We, as I said, materialism, TV, and all have taken over. But if you know how to control that, you could be a good person. Because I mean, we should have. It's nothing wrong with watching TV and enjoying what we've had. Like they say about materialism, there is nothing wrong with earning some money, enjoying your music, enjoying some whatever you enjoy, plants, whatever. But I think we've lost that, and we've lost that essence in that. It's all about the ego and the heart, and not the heart. What do you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. It's about always aspiring and, having those insatiable desires. You always want something. And it's okay to always want something. But even as we are desiring or aspiring to be or to want something, don't forget to enjoy the moment that you are in, the moment that you have, because life in itself goes by quickly. Before you know it, you're 70 years old, and you have been spending 70 years of your life aspiring to be, to do. I feel like life is a journey. So as we go through that journey, enjoy every moment, seep in, the beauty of your life, the relationships that you have, the gift of the earth, right? The skies and all that we have in it. And when we have that mindset, we don't have to struggle as much as we are doing right now, because all we are seeing is putting our focus on what we want to attain. But we can look around us and see, oh, wow, the birds are there up in the sky. They're every day, they're singing to us, humming some beautiful tunes. The skies are bright.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We used to be, I think even about 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago, if we did this, we'd be called freaked out flower children, or they'd be looking for a quick fix for the life, which doesn't do. But I think it all comes down to attitude and purpose. But I think when you actually go through what we went through and make a life-changing decision, or something happens like a spiritual awakening, or what you did, and make a jump from one country to another, that's huge, man. I think we actually come into a point where we understand that silence is gold, and all these little things that we hear, silence is gold. Absolutely, because you step back, stay away from life, and actually get in contact with yourself. I love my own company. This is the whole thing, Like I consider myself out there. And I MC, I'm in the bands and all that. I like people to a point, but I have to protect myself and love myself and love where I'm at, and just love as you said, the environment that you've got.
That's great. That's great. That's amazing, Jay. I mean, you just said it all. I'm trying to pull up one of my. Oops! Can you still
pull it
see
up.
me, Jay?
I
Yeah, I'm
can.
trying to pull up one of my confessions if it's okay. So I could just, if it's
Absolutely.
okay, I
Go
could
for it.
just
Yeah.
share that
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure you can
with
share. So,
our audience here. Just give me a minute. Where are you?
yep. Just go there and put it up. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is learning for me. We don't do a lot of these sharing stuff, so it's actually good to learn to put things up. So I know how to do it, but then I have to get the participants to do it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Learning curve number 1. How'd you go?
Okay, so just because we're speaking about gratitude a while ago, I just wanted to share what I wrote. I think this
Go
was
for it.
last week or so. Yes, and this one says, "My life is a life of gratitude. I'm grateful for my privileges, grateful for every chance to maximize my potential. I'm grateful that my life attracts the best opportunities, and I'm always aligned with providence. Things do not happen to me, they happen for me. I'm enthusiastic about today. I'm grateful that life bubbles inside of me. In gratitude, I'm whole, content, and in every way possible, I'm going to offer gratitude in advance for what I know is going to be mine."
How good's that, ladies and gentlemen? Fantastic. Did you put that up for today? Was it for today? Was that
Yeah,
today's one?
it's on my TikTok page. It was posted, I think, last week.
Oh, last week. That's
Yeah.
one. See, this is where people are journaling and actually writing simple things. I think we go back to those simple things. It's very hard in a lot of ways because we're containing our egos with regards to materialism, living up to people's standards, working with other people, looking, I've got to have this. But when you go back to the basics, but you'll be forced to go back to the basics, you'll come up with exactly things like that. Now, we're gonna be winding this great interview up, and we're gonna have you back in about 6 months. So I reckon there's gonna be a massive change.
That's great.
Can
sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Spotify, other than on my channel.
Okay.
There's a challenge for you. So obviously, so this guy, ladies and gentlemen, this will be shown. Obviously, you'll see this interview. You'll have interviews. The preview will be on TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify, and obviously on our Facebook. Mamuzo, do you want to tell us where they can find you, please?
Okay, you can find me on TikTok. Accelerate Daily on TikTok. I'm on other channels, but I do other things on other channels. So, but Jay has just challenged me now to put Accelerate Daily out there. So hopefully we'll be on YouTube and Spotify for sure.
Yeah, YouTube's very, very easy, and ladies and gentlemen, you'll get a copy of this video. There'll be a preview and the full video, which will go on my channel and apparently Mamuzo's channel as well. Okay, on YouTube. So there you go. You got 4 videos ready to go.
Great.
So, ladies and gentlemen, got a final word for us? Beautiful interview. Loved it. Got a final word for us?
I will just say to everyone who listened in today, thank you for coming. But don't forget that you're so special. And I'm not saying that to hype you. I'm saying that because that's who you really are. You're special, and treat yourself as that.
Absolutely. You can see that's coming from the heart and not the ego. So we do a lot of work, and we know a lot about the ego and how much it plays upon us in calling about spiritual awakenings and understanding universal laws and all that. That came from the heart, and you'll start to have that awareness and that balance and understand flow. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a chat with Jay, with Mamuzo from Ontario, Canada, one of my favourite spots. But I'm going to quote my hero, who's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Brett the Hitman Hart. He always says, get up in the morning, and you'll like this one. Be the best there is. Be the best there was. Be the best there ever will be. And you can't go wrong in life. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for your patience with regarding to get you on this show. It's been worth the wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Jay, and everyone. Thank you for listening today.
Absolutely, no worries. And again, jump on the Journey of a Whitefeather, YouTube, Spotify. We've got Facebook. We've got I said YouTube. We've got other options like Google Play and Apple Play. We've got all those sorted out. But also TikTok, Words of the Warrior. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on the next episode of A Chat with Jay. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.